Horrifying scenes on the streets of Jerusalem. Gunmen getting out of a white car, identified as Palestinians, opening fire at a bus stop. The attack killed 3 and wounded multiple others. The conflict abroad carrying over into the United States, of course. Pro-Palestinian protests erupted in Midtown New York City at the Christmas tree lighting last night. Here with me now is House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green. Chairman, thank you for being here. You know, Hamas claimed responsibility for this. It killed 3 citizens, one of whom was a pregnant woman. They are actually bragging about it. Isn't that a breach of this ceasefire or pause in the fighting?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a breach in the ceasefire, no doubt about it. And Hamas, I mean, look, Israel has one choice, and that's the total destruction of Hamas.
But John Kirby was equivocating about it when asked about it at the White House briefing today. Let me just play that soundbite and get your reaction. Roll it.
What impact has the shooting the Hamas taking credit for in Jerusalem had on the efforts to extend the humanitarian pauses? And is the U.S. goal to turn these pauses into a more permanent ceasefire? Is that the overall trend line that the U.S. is going for?
I don't know and no. So I don't know. I don't think there's been. I don't think there's been any effect. Not that I've heard or seen effect on the deal, extending the deal by the violence in Jerusalem. I've seen nothing that indicates an effect on that.
Congressman, he says, I don't know. Shouldn't he know that would be a breach of the ceasefire or pause, as he calls it?
Absolutely, he should know. And even the president himself equivocated the other day. Look, they are fighting against their own party because their party is the woke BDS movement, and their voters are the ones that were protesting at the Christmas tree. I mean, those people aren't Republicans, I can tell you that. And so they're caught between a rock and a hard place on this one. And the right place is to be with Israel and to destroy, support Israel's destruction of Hamas.
Where do you think this is going to lead, though? Do you think the president is going to completely abandon Israel's move to rid itself of Hamas as a neighbor?
No, he's not going to do that, but he's going to continue to soft pedal on this because he thinks he has to cover his hard base. But the problem is that just emboldens our enemy. It emboldens Iran, it emboldens Hamas, and it emboldens Hezbollah. So, I mean, it's a terrible place to be, but unfortunately, that's what he's chosen.
You know, the other people who are emboldened are these protesters. I call them protesters. I mean, there must be another word. Some of these protests are getting violent. They're making absolutely outrageous claims. Of course, the First Amendment, they're free to make those claims, but that Israel killed its own citizens on October 7th. I'm just wondering, the American people, I think, have just about had it with these folks. They know that a lot of their rhetoric is BS, that they're for wiping out Israel, that they are the ones for the genocide of Jews in the Middle East. And I don't think the American people are going to take it. This is a bigger drag for the president, I think, being linked to these protesters in any way than his support of Israel is a drag for him with his Democrat friends.
No, I think that's a very fair assessment, but to, correct the record on that self-mutilation issue, it was a Palestinian, not an Israeli, that self-mutilated and then basically made up a story that the Israelis had done this. It's Hamas that is evil and needs to be destroyed.
Chairman Mark Green, thank you so much for coming in, sir. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, David. Have a great night.
You too.